Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it is time to play. We're back in Voxel Tycoon. I am going to unpause as always. We'll stick on single speed for now just to I don't know, to make sure things don't things don't break too much, or we can kind of keep an eye on things. My biggest concern right now in the series, or with our setup here, as we add more and more freight trains, I'm concerned that our operating expense is going to exceed our profitability. So we need to keep an eye on this. Now, our new vehicles are high, 1.3 million, right? So that kind of explains why we're in the red. And our construction is 427. But if you look at this, if you look at these numbers close, we lost 1.3 million, right? 1.3 million of new vehicles. So that crosses itself out. Well, the only other preventable expense here is this construction cost. And that was only 427,000. So that represents what our profit probably would have been last month. That's not great. And it feels like it's getting lower and lower. So I'm a little nervous about that. And it could be, any number of factors. It could be that our train signaling's not effective. So we've got this train waiting way back here when clearly it could be, up here somewhere. And that's a function of just not having enough block signals along here. So we could pop down some more of those or maybe prioritize that. And there is a way to do this. I guess I could try this multiple mode. But I don't know how long our train is. I guess it's as long as the largest station, right? Let's see what the largest station is. Let's do that. Well, before we do that, let me just finish my thought here. So it could be that our routing is ineffective, that the amount of track the trains have to travel is too long. It could be that the signaling is bad. It could be a combination of both. It could be that the trains are too slow. It could be a function of the cars not having enough capacity. They're only, like in this case, this iron train is only able to carry 5 units. It could be just a whole bunch of different problems that are causing our operating expenses to be higher than our revenue. So that is my number one problem. So we're just going to keep an eye on it. And I just bring that up as that's why I've kind of got the speed on a little one-time speed. So hopefully we don't go bankrupt before we can react and deal with it. Let's take a look here at the top of the episode. Let's see how this business is doing. Okay, this one that we're supplying iron bars to by train has now gone from bad to average. So that is a good sign. And that's going to increase our profitability. Because potentially the price will go up and the demand will increase as long as we're supplying it. It may have to be good. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's a good sign. And now this one's up to average. So adding the 2 trains has definitely helped. Now our warehouse is still empty and this train's going to leave. I mean, this truck here is going to leave empty. What we could do, we've got a lot of trucks here, but we could change at least one of these routes. Let's change both these routes to say, hey, if there's no iron, stick around and wait for it. Don't keep driving. Let's start doing that now that we've got a few less trucks on the road. Let's try the wait until full thing. And we'll just experiment. If it's a problem, then we'll fix it. So here's our route, one of the routes, the first one, iron bar to Amana Colonies. I'm going to come in and edit this guy, and I'm just going to check the load. And maybe the unload, I'm not gonna, but I don't want them leaving empty. I want them waiting for the train to fill up. So that's that one. Let's pick a truck out of that route. The second one here and do the same thing. We'll edit the route and we'll say, don't leave till you're full. Okay, so they will wait for the iron train before they head out. So we should see this guy waiting. And now the iron's coming in. So we're not gonna be able to see that, the effect of that just yet. But there is a little bit of room here for the trucks to queue up. So if it does back up, hopefully it won't block other traffic. I guess the most likely thing they could block is these guys who aren't picking up anything. So Looks like we have an issue there as well with the wood supply. Let's take a look at that. There's a few things to do here. We'll do a little bit of maintenance here. So this truck, let's go to the depot. Can we find out where this guy is? Follow vehicle. Boom. So I think these trucks, they're the older ones, right? Yeah, these were meant to be sold off. So let's sell these off just while we're noticing it. We want to keep the route, but we just want to sell off these trucks. Again, just doing a little bit of administrative stuff at the top of the episode. And then we noticed that trucks on that route were leaving empty. That was these guys. They're supposed to be picking up wood, but they're leaving empty. Now this one's able to get wood. Here comes the wood truck. We could try the same thing here, but wow, there's a lot of trucks here. We only have one train delivering wood. Let's take a look at that route and see how the business is faring that needs that wood. So here's where we're dropping it off. Let me hit logistics. There's the business that needs wood. Let's see how it's doing. Average. So we could do another train of wood, actually. But again, you know, the more of these trains we put down, man, our operating cost keeps going up. It's something to consider. Let's do the first half of that. Let's boy, this is a main kind of road, right? Our iron is going through there as well. So as this backs up, if these trucks don't keep moving, it's going to block our whole iron production line. So I don't know that we can set wait until full on this particular freight station. It's in a bad location for that because it can block traffic. We could always move it. Could bulldoze this building and put the freight station, you know, over here, kind of like we have this set up here for the iron bars. Or we could add another train and make sure that this thing never runs dry of wood logs. It's too bad. You know, we may be upgrading trains soon. And if we have faster trains, some of this problem goes away. All right, let's move off of that. We'll just keep an eye on it. Let's get back to seeing how things are going over here. Do we have our first steel bar? We do. Boom. Nice. Let's immediately think about getting those steel bars over to the research lab. At the tail end of last episode, we looked to see if there was any towns that need them. I guess we didn't check Newport. Let's take a quick look over here. No, Newport doesn't, I don't see them. Doesn't seem to need the steel bars either. So just the research. So we probably need to spin up a little warehouse here, or we could dump these beams. I guess it doesn't hurt to have them here. So let's expand out our factory here a little bit more. And we just need to see where we're going to weave this steel beam. I guess it makes sense to weave it underneath the coal here. So let's do that. Because eventually most of these steel beams are going to go to a train. So I'm going to just put a line here. I know it's extra, more than I need, but just for visualization purpose. Okay, we're going to come underneath. What's going on? I think I may have had a little bit of save lag there. You don't want to come this way. All right. Let's cancel that. Let's come here, then tunnel, then here and here. That's what I want. Let's change the direction of these. Boom. And that is it. Now let's scale this and add another smelter. We got a belt here that's going backwards. Let's fix that one. Okay. Same thing. This one needs to come underneath. So let's do that. Tunnel. Sure there's a shortcut for that. Boom, and then we can immediately put our next smelter down. So let's escape out of that build menu. Go for factory, alloy smelter, and orient this guy the same way. You can see what we're doing here. It's pretty obvious now. That's for steel. In come the steel bars. It's a slow process, right? For these steel bars to come out, or these iron bars to come out. Let's pick a recipe on this guy. Steel, and let's get the coal hooked up. But you can see how this line is set up to be scalable. Again, it's probably not perfect. I don't do perfect factories. But that's not too shabby. We won't go too far with this. Because for right now, we only need to feed our research. I could probably make this a little tighter, but that's fine. Boom. And then regular conveyor this way. All right. And we could have had this, we could have had like an iron bar belt going, I guess. Rather than having it a 1-to-1 directly with from the iron smelter to the steel smelter. That may have been better because it looks like just from a timing situation, I don't need as many iron bar guys as I do steel ones, and that would actually save me some money in operating costs, but I didn't leave myself enough room to just run a belt over like this. So that would be a fair amount of rework. Hopefully you can see what I'm saying. I was thinking of just like this one iron mine. This iron smelter could probably feed 2 belts. In fact, why don't we do it? Why don't we do it? Can we see what the rate is, the production on this? 38, I don't know. But I have a hunch we could get by with just one of these. Let's do it. I'll show you what I'm thinking. We're going to experiment. I know I'm a little nervous about cash, but I'm going to make things worse. I'm going to take this out. I'll show you what I'm planning on doing here. I think I can just run another belt right from this guy. That's what I'm thinking. I'll leave that belt there. It doesn't hurt anything right now. I think this one iron bar smelter can keep these 2 guys busy. This is slow. We need to change the direction of the conveyor here. I see a problem. Boom. So that may save us a little bit of operating expense. And then we'll let this run for a while and we'll see. Maybe we can actually have this guy feed 3 steel smelters and we'll just scale it out. We're set up so we can scale, so that's nice. And then I think I mentioned a couple episodes, this may all come out. This iron parts. We'll still have the factories and the smelters and stuff, but we may not, or whatever these guys are, the presses, but we will likely route that material up near the train station so that it can be shipped out. So now with this belt, we can do our temporary fancy snaking a conveyor. Boy, that's going to take a lot of conveyor. It's a bit of cash probably to do it this way. But I'm not sure if there's an easier way. I mean, otherwise I'm going to have to lay a bunch of road. Oh, we have road here. But man, that's a long route. So what I'm talking about now is we need to get these steel bars over to our laboratory here. We could do it with a truck. I could throw down a freight station here and maybe even pipe these straight into a freight station. I don't know. I've never tried that. Or I can continue this line out, feed it into a warehouse over here. This freight station can access that warehouse and then have trucks deliver it here temporarily to any one of these freight stations nearby. Or we could get clever and run a belt. Let's just see how much the conveyors cost. The conveyors, does it say? Whoa, yeah, $1,150. I'm not sure how much section you get for that, but it's not cheap. Maybe we should just throw a little warehouse down and leverage this existing freight station. Can we click on the logistics and see his range? Yeah. So I just need a warehouse like... Again, this isn't long-term. It's just to temporarily feed the lab. So let's grab a dinky warehouse because we're probably going to throw this away. And I need it just within that freight station distance. I've said it a million times. This is temporary. Boom. Let's put this guy onto steel bars and get some product in there. We'll grab our little connector. Oops, oh, I had a save lag there, I think. That looks good. And a little more belt. This belt will likely be reused, so that part's probably not throwaway. Escape out of the build menu so I can see what's going on. I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, you can see how these iron bars, this one smelter is providing plenty. We may be able to throw a third steel bar smelter and have it be fed by the same iron bar. Now you can do the math, right? A lot of people do the math and get spreadsheets and pen and paper. I don't tend to do that too much, not until maybe my second or third playthrough if I'm really looking to optimize things. So usually I just kind of eyeball it and I can tell I could probably do another one, another steel one. And there's probably room to feed this belt. So we may do that. Now let's get a truck or two or three to start delivering these iron bars. Yep, they're available, or steel bars. They're available from this freight station over to, I guess, the closest one to the laboratory, or we may put another little warehouse over here. We could either add a warehouse, or we could delete out one of these and just lose the product. How much do the warehouses cost? Let's do a warehouse because we're gonna... Not sure. I hate to kill some products. We may actually end up using some of this for research. This one still... Let's just do another warehouse. Overthinking it. Let's just do it. Warehouse. We'll do the cheap one. We'll plop it down anywhere. Actually, it just needs to be within range of the laboratory. That's not. And that's fine. In fact, maybe it's better this way. Boom. Steel beams or steel bars. And then now we need to set up a route for this guy. Let's see what we have in the garage or our different garages. I know we've got some trucks laying around. Do we have, what can these guys haul? This guy actually has product. Iron parts. Can you... I thought there was a way to empty these guys out. So this guy cannot do what we need anyway. So let's close that one off. And it doesn't look like I have any cars. I got a bunch of wood stake cars here. I got some old buses. Don't have the trucks that I need. Let me just go check the other garages. Just to make sure we don't have something sitting around that we can make use of. Where are those other garages? Up here, yeah. This one's got more stake cars. Yeah, we don't need to buy any more trucks that haul wood. These, what do you guys haul? Can I tell? You guys can do it. So let's put you on steel bars. That's the way to clear the inventory, by the way. And we've got a couple here that we can work with. Okay, I like that. Let's kill these off. I'm going to do this. I know it's probably redundant. I just want to make sure I got this one right. Yeah, I hit okay. So now we need a route for this guy. I'll just hit apply and then schedule. We want to pick up, it's not an efficient truck route, but again, for the 100th time, this is really temporary. We're going to add a stop, pick up here, load. We'll do the refit. Pop this guy up. We're going to pick the steel bars. Then we're going to add a stop. And we just need to be in range of this guy. I think this is the one. Hopefully that's not too busy of a freight station. We'll unload here. I don't want to wait. This is an important freight station, so I don't want trucks to sit there and wait. I kind of don't want them waiting here either. So we're going to leave this one as to they can drive away empty. We'll save the route. That's fine. And then let's put this one on the same route. Steel bar to Newport Beach Northeast. Boom. Right? And then while we're here, we don't have any extra trucks. As far as I know, I'm going to clone. How about that many more? So we'll have 5 trucks total on that route. Let's set them loose. Okay, I'll hit the delete key. Now let's make sure we picked research. Research, that's the one we got done. Start new research. So hopefully I didn't make a mistake here. That one is stone. That one needs copper or sand. Stone, stone, stone. We got to do stone next. Or soon. Okay, here's manufacturing 3. That needs 1,100 steel bars. And then we've got steel fabrication. That's going to unlock the steel beams. 1,700 and 3.3 million bucks, but it's going to take a long time. Let's do this one first, get it going. That is going to take a while. And then, like we said, we looked around. We didn't see any other need for steel bars in any of our towns. We've only got 5 towns now. I'm just scanning the town to see if anybody needs it. I could also click on the town and see what they're asking for. Maybe we should do that next. Let me just check Orem. Does he need anything? Yeah. All right. Let's see. Things have been running for a little bit. I see our iron trains moving around. See our wood train coming in. Let's take a look and see how our iron businesses are doing, if they're even better than before. Okay, we're at good on this one. So hopefully our profit will climb and we'll be able to pay for these trains, no problem. And that one is at average. So let's just take a look at the warehouse. Is it full? The warehouse has 3. These trucks are going to wait until it's full. But there is a train coming. It's not too far. So hopefully they're not having to wait too long. Where's our other guy? And then eventually, I imagine we can swap out these engines and then hopefully swap out these cars. So let's just see how many of these trucks back up waiting on the iron bars. It doesn't look too horrible. There's 4 now. Our wood is okay at the moment. We just had a truck leave full. There's a bus. We still have some busing going on. There's actually some passengers there, so that's good to see. All right, here comes our iron train coming to a stop. Got 5, 6 trucks backed up waiting. Here they come. They're starting to fill up now. Okay, now our train, I'm noticing the warehouse for wood is full, but our train, I believe, is set to wait until it's unloaded. Yeah. So that's good. We could put a bigger warehouse here. So that might make a lot of sense. That would help our wood, right? Because this train would have been unloaded and moving out if we had a bigger warehouse. Let's see who this guy's connected to. This one. Okay, we kind of knew that. Let's pop down a new warehouse and then we'll maybe get rid of that one. I wonder if there's a way to starve this out. Let's do it. We could leave two. It's not the end of the world, right? We could leave a second warehouse here full of wood. Now, there's probably costs associated with this. But let's do it. Let's do it. That will keep our wood train moving a little bit faster. Hopefully the maintenance isn't crazy expensive on that. Let's see. We can get an idea from here. Running cost 2,000. Doesn't seem like it's that much. But that's going to allow our wood train to fully empty and then leave and go get more wood. And maybe it'll buy us a little time before we have to buy the next wood train. Where is that guy anyway? Did he go get more wood? No, there he is. He's just leaving. All right. How is our coal supply doing over here? Not great, but there's enough. Ooh. Yeah, it's not stellar. How much coal do these guys burn? Just one. Steel bars look good. And are we getting our research lab spinning? Yep. So that's good to see too. All right. So we may have put too many trucks on this, but we'll see. We will see. That'll keep the lab going. We do have a lot of cycles to complete. How's our cash situation? That's gone up a teeny bit. Our trade. What do we want to do now? Let's close that out. We can look at the next product to ship. Coal we're delivering by truck. That's probably makes the most sense here. That's average. Probably add trucks actually. Yeah, that's one thing we could actually... Wow, there's the wood frames that we've never ever gotten to, right? We have a half-done factory down here for wood frames, I believe. Did we ever finish that? I don't think we did. No, we've got gears here waiting to be turned into, or iron parts waiting to be turned into wood frames. We've only got 100K wood left, so we've been chewing through that. We're... lots of competing things. We are going to need to think about expansion for too long because our initial resource deposits here are going to run out, and they're probably all going to run out together. You know, at roughly the same time, I'm guessing. And if they do, that's going to be a whole lot of expense at once to try and do our expansion. So iron's at 128. That's pretty good. Let's see. Let's just eyeball the rest of our things. What do we got? Coal's at 141. That's better. Wood is the lowest at 100, right? Is that it? And then we know we want to start making use of this stone. That's the other thing that will help with the research. Now, one thing we can start thinking about is how are we going to get the stone down to the laboratory? Are we going to bring that in by rail and just have a temporary route that loads a warehouse down there with stone? Maybe. Are there any other towns that need stone as a product? No, that's iron ore, I think. This still has no... Oh, it's got one business for planks. The other thing we could do is build our freight station out here and start thinking about Orem, start investing in Orem. I'm kind of thinking of waiting. I want the stone here. I'm not as concerned about growing that town. I'd almost rather maximize what's going on here. Like, we've got more products that we can ship. Like iron parts. We're already producing those. We can load up a warehouse. We don't need trucks delivering that so far. Now, I thought I was making these train stations plenty big. We may need another big freight station here, and I'll probably go 6. Ooh, look at all these trucks that are backing up waiting on iron. That's not so great. That's not so great. But eventually we're going to upgrade. I know we're at the end of the episode here. Let's just do another check on the business's average. So more trucks isn't going to solve the problem here. It's going to be more supply. Well, I hate to add a 4th train for iron. This one's at good. The other one's at average. We could do it. Now we've got a decent sized warehouse. I don't think we're topping out on this warehouse for the iron bars. Boy, should we add another train for iron? It's going to get crowded here on our rails. Here comes our coal train getting ready to load up. Got plenty of coal in the warehouse. I think that's going well. I'm just kind of dawdling here at the end of the episode, but I just kind of want to keep an eye on what the next priority is, because I'm not super clear on what the next priority should be. Oh, what's going on here? This is a problem, right? Oh no, he's just filling up. He's filling up. I thought he was dropping off iron. No, he's filling up. That's good. That is all good. How many trains can we put on this track? Slow trains. I guess once we upgrade, that'll increase the capacity once we get better engines. And then hopefully our slow little commuter train isn't slowing things down. We could replace the engine on that, right? We started out our passenger train. We started out with a pretty slow engine on that guy. Not sure where he is. He or she. Guess I can just click any one of these stations and do this routine, right? Stats. Yeah, it's not it's not making much money. And he's not actually, he doesn't look that slow, right? He's not pulling as much product. It looks actually a little faster than the iron train, which kind of makes sense. So maybe that's not a huge concern to upgrade that engine just yet. Except they are slow uphill. That would maybe improve our profit, but will likely increase our operating expense. So yeah, I guess between episodes, we'll give it some thought. Lots of different things we could be doing to increase our profits. Little nervous on our running costs, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. Anyway, that is it for this one. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. It's a long series, but I am enjoying it. I'm learning a lot about the game. I'm a lot better on trains than I was coming into the game. Now, it's not perfect for sure, but at least we haven't had any collisions and things seem to be flowing reasonably well. Do you have a lingering iron bar supply problem here? We may need to add that other train. And again, there's several things we could do. We just talked about a bunch of them. I won't go into it again. So for now, this is Glidercat signing off saying thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.